26 at 2 o'clock. I'll call this meeting to order. I apologize for not being there. I'm not feeling too well today. First thing on the agenda is approval of the April 10th minutes. If we have looked them over, can I get a motion?
I move to approve.
Okay, it's been moved. I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, 2-0. It's my understanding Neil's not in today, right?
Don't see him.
Okay, thank you. All right, the next thing is review scoring and funding recommendations. Mr. Martin?
Yes, Chair, thank you. So the committee will note that the information was provided related to the scores that were decided upon by those who were chosen to score the grants. We were able to secure 3 individuals per the requirements of the city of Topeka in terms of the grant experience and years of experience that those individuals would have. They did score those grants. Of course, in this meeting, any reference that we make to these grantees or these applicants will be made by number because they have not been notified. Notifications are set to go out by 3 p.m. tomorrow in terms of both award and denial. We had a good process. The scores relatively good. As you can see, a lot of fairly high scores. You'll note that we had, as we had last year, we had a couple of applicants who were disqualified based on not meeting the qualifications of the grant. And that had to do with the wrong amounts that were requested. We are unable to accept those that apply for more than what is the maximum amount because the budget and the logic model in terms of the numbers that they project to serve are all based upon that, and they cannot be scored accurately by the panelists who do the scoring. So they were notified, and then the scoring commenced. That took place last week, and then we were able to bring those scores together and submit those to the committee so that you had an opportunity to look at those prior to the meeting today.
Okay. Marcus, I can't see you, so if you want to say something, you just have to let me know.
Certainly will. Thank you, ma'am.
But before we get started here, I do want to say this. I want to thank you guys for this process. I did look at and review, and there were some people that had scored higher, which I was like pretty shocked. So I want to thank you for the smooth process. I do have a question though, because I've been notified, and so at this time, I think and if you don't want to do it until later, just let me know, Brett. But can you kind of go through the process so that we get this on record, Brett? You know, kind of like, you know, we put our RFP, go through the timeline, just so that everybody's aware of how the process is. I know last year I was very instrumental in saying, if somebody did not qualify, do we stop them? Do we ask them or tell them we'll help you, or do we show them? Because that's very important to me. that we do that, and you guys assured me that you do that. So if we can kind of go through that process really quick, that would be great, Brett. Or whoever you want to do that.
Certainly, yes. I'm more than happy to do that. So we have an application workshop that happens just after the RFP is released. And just for historical information, this committee 2 iterations ago decided that it was in the best interest of the applicants to release the RFP prior to the application workshop so that applicants would have the opportunity to be able to read through it and come to that workshop not having seen it for the first time. And so it is released prior to that. That was given on April 28th. We go through the details of the RFP, and in that process, we go through things like the minimum grant request, the maximum grant request. We talk about the amount of dollars available. We talk about the technical assistance that is available from our team, and we encourage all applicants to reach out to our team multiple times throughout that workshop so that they know that our team is available for them at any time. We do encourage them to reach out to our team early and often, and not to wait until the day that it is due, for example, because our team at that time is working on last minute details with applicants. So we want to ensure that they have ample time to be able to go through it. During that time, we also let the applicants know that if they do want to that if they do want our team to be able to review their entire application, provided they give them enough time, we're able to read through that application and be able to give them suggestions based on our understanding of the process, based on the RFP, and based on what we know about the review process. And so we ensure that the applicants understand the details of the RFP and let them know that our team is available at any time to provide any technical assistance that is necessary for them. We do explain, however, that once it is closed, it is closed. We are unable to open the portal after that. Opening the portal after that does leave us open to data integrity issues, and so the once the portal is closed, it is closed. And so we tell folks that when it's due at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, once it closes, that's it. There's no way to be able to open it again. And so that is the process. It begins at the end of April and then goes through the end of May. Once the applications are received, then that following week, our team goes through each of the applications and looks to see that they've met all of the qualifications requirements. If they have not met the qualifications requirements, then they are notified of that before the applications are assigned to the reviewers, just so that we don't have reviewers going through applications. And so we ensure that they are notified, and then we move forward with the scoring. Once the scoring is completed, then we put together a report, which is a report that the committee members have in front of them today. And we come to this meeting where we ask for approval of the scores so that we are able to notify the applicants of either award or denial so that we can begin the window for appeals. Once they are notified, then they must notify the United Way of Caw Valley within a certain amount of time to let us know that they want to make appeal, and then we set that date for the appeals to be made.
Okay, thank you. So right now, we've received the applications, the portal is closed, and now this meeting is to move forward with the process of who's been awarded and who's not been awarded. And then after that, the next meeting will be our appeals meeting, if we have any appeals. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, thank you. Just want to make that crystal clear for this old mind. Appreciate that. Okay, I have received that, I have reviewed it, and I am ready to move forward. Marcus, do you have any questions or concerns?
No questions. I'm glad that you had some to clarify to make sure the public knows the process. I think that's something that should always happen on an annual basis. So I'm glad you said that. Yeah, I don't have any more questions from that.
Great. Yes, because I know that last year we had some people that questioned the process, and, unfortunately, there is a process, and they have to follow that process, and it makes it kind of hard, when they don't. Okay, so is that all you have, Mr. Martin, or did you want to say anything else?
No, that's all we have at this time.
Okay, with that said, I'll make a motion to move this document forward and accept it as it is.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, passes 2-0. Okay, so we will look for that next step. Is there any other things in the, that need to come before the committee? Any other items? Okay, I will say that I know there was a person on there, I'm not going to say who it was. This was their first time, and I know in the past I've just always said this. It's hard for that new person, and maybe this is a time we need to kind of relook at some of our process, to see how we can help that new person. Because if they've never done anything, they can't show how it would benefit Topeka, or people out there. And so it's just something on my mind that I would just like to check.
Certainly.
But not today, but just maybe between, we'll look at the process again. I just think that's very important that everybody should have it's tough with the criteria the way that it is, but we've approved that, the governing body has approved that. So is there anything else to come before before this committee? If not, any announcements? Our next meeting is scheduled for, and Tanya told me, and I wrote it down, and
July 22nd.
July the 22nd, thank you. So our next meeting will be July the 22nd, and if there's nothing else, this meeting is adjourned.